Hi guys, and welcome back to another installment of Secret Graceland. Today we'll be looking at some extra secret things, so let's dig in. My last full-length video was on Elvis's Aunt Delta, who was the last resident of Graceland. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. It's full of information about her time in the house, complete with rare photos. But I forgot to add one thing. In that video, we talked about Aunt Delta's pride and joys, Edmund 1 and 2. There were two identical dogs. We looked at this photo, shared by Nancy Rooks in her book Inside Graceland, of Delta watering his grave somewhere on the property. I don't know where this is located, but I forgot to share another grave on the property. In the back of the house, in the planter box, is this small headstone that says Edmund. This photo was shared with me by John Daly of the EP Boulevard Pawn Shop. This is actually super close to where they were standing in that photo that we just looked at of Delta taking the dog out to the yard. See the corner of the house in the background? The white chairs and bench, and behind the brown beam is a skinny leafy shrub. It's right here at this corner of the house, and that's that shrub sticking straight up. Many thanks to Jimmy for reaching out and allowing me to use his photo that he took on a special access tour at night. He got to go in the back of the house near the bushes and took this close-up of that headstone. After I posted that video, others shared their Aunt Delta stories about her rudeness, and she does have a reputation for being rude to fans. But other comments shared a different, kinder side. One comment really touched me. Gail says, quote, "I used to write Elvis letters. When he died, I sent Elvis at Easter a long-stemmed, silk-decorated rose and sent it to Graceland in care of Aunt Delta. One day, I had a card from Tennessee in my mailbox from Aunt Delta. A pretty card personally written by Aunt Delta, thanking me for the rose for Elvis, and that she went to his grave in the morning and placed it on his grave on his stone," end quote. During Elvis's lifetime, there were different materials adorning the square shapes on the interior doors. In the early 70s, we can see a bit of it here. At the landing on the main staircase, the door up there on the left is open. This door is to the staircase that leads down into the kitchen. There is a gold button material on the square panels of the door, but this wasn't limited to that door. Here are Minnie Mae, Elvis's Aunt Delta, and Lisa Marie after Elvis passed away. They are in the downstairs bedroom that once belonged to Gladys and Vernon, but at this point belonged to Elvis's grandmother. In 1974, Graceland got made over with red carpet, decor, and furniture. That included the squares on the front of Grandma's bedroom door. Here's a look at the top of the staircase landing in 1963, shared by Fred Whobrey. The door to the upstairs hallway is open, and even though it's in the shadows, we can get a look at those gold squares affixed to this door. This door was not exempt from the red remodel. Here's a look at the upstairs hallway from the film This Is Elvis that was filmed throughout Graceland in 1981. The squares of the door were redone with red squares, just like downstairs. Going back downstairs to the foyer, here is Presley family friend Jeanne 𝐓𝐢𝐻 on the phone in the hallway. I believe she said that there was a bad storm, so she was calling home to tell them that she was staying over at Graceland. There is so much to take in this photo. It appears to be Christmas time since there are decorations, including a small nativity on the table, which is a different table than today. Check out that huge gold lamp. On the left-hand side of the picture is some sort of table against the wall. I was staring at this picture wondering what year it was and assuming it was the 1960s. Let's take a look at the clues. She's wearing glasses, black high heels, and her sleeves peeking out underneath her coat have a distinct pattern. I thought I'd seen this before. Here is Jeanne 𝐓𝐢𝐻, Elvis obviously, and his girlfriend Linda Thompson in December of 1972. Jeanne is not only wearing the same exact dress and heels, she's holding a pair of glasses in her hand. So it's a good guess that this picture was taken on the same day in 1972. Behind her, the hall closet has those gold tufted squares, and probably the best photo of them. They actually look like cushions. We've discussed this in previous Secret Graceland videos, but it's one of my favorite secrets of the house, and it bears repeating. The mural on the wall on the right. Let's orient everyone on where this is. This is the front hallway of the house right when you walk in the front door. Today, there is a table with elephant tusks and a mirror on the wall. But in 1972, the mural was still up of a mansion that looked a lot like Graceland. But this wasn't even the first mural in this spot. In 1958, Elvis did a photo shoot with 8-year-old Mary Kozlowski, a polio survivor, in the foyer area of Graceland. They posed in front of this wall that at that time had a mural of a Roman scene of statues on podiums. A few years later, it was switched to this specific scene, which is actually a mass-produced wallpaper in a scene called Magnolia Hill. No doubt Elvis liked it because it resembled Graceland. In 1974, when Graceland was remodeled with red carpet and new decor, this mural was covered up with the textured wallpaper that we see today. That mural of a mansion on a hill is still underneath. They just covered it right up. If that picture blew your mind, you're going to love this one. My lovely friend took this one on a special access tour and allowed me to share it here with you. This is the main staircase of the house, looking up to the landing, where there were always curtains even in Elvis's time. Angie is pulling it back to reveal glass block behind it, which is original to the house from 1939. Now let's talk about what's behind it. Nothing I'll be showing here is private. Here is the upstairs layout. The main staircase is in the middle of the picture. The dotted line above that is the glass block that we just looked at, and the office bathroom is at the top of the picture. This layout is likely not 100% accurate as there are some discrepancies, but we'll get to that in a bit. But see the bathtub on the left and how it's a rectangular tub within a larger square? This style is called a princess or a Cinderella tub and was pointed out to me by my architect friend Brandon. This is an ad from 1939, the year Graceland was built coincidentally, featuring the same style of tub. Sometimes these tubs had a curtain, a door all the way around, or a combination of both. See how inside there was a seat or a shelf inside? Here's another example of a princess bathtub. Now here are a couple of stills taken from home movies of 𝐓𝐢𝐻 𝐉𝐚𝐫 in the bathtub. See in this one the metal for a door or glass on the right side, but then nothing on the left? Lisa is taking a bath in the bathtub in her mom's bathroom inside Elvis's office. The main staircase looks like this. Those curtains are always closed, and the door at the top of the landing is always closed. That door leads to the kitchen staircase. So let's take another look at the layout. See that right next to the main staircase on the left is the kitchen staircase, and the door to access it is indicated. So the office bathroom, once Priscilla's bathroom, is right on the other side of the kitchen staircase. So let's look at that staircase. We might walk right past this staircase in the kitchen because the light is usually off. But here is a look up those stairs. See the panel on the wall in the back? Since the bathroom is on the other side of the wall, likely that panel is access to the bathroom pipes. Moving out to the music room. In the mid-1960s, there were these gray-blue checkered curtains that lined the walls of this space. Here's Elvis in the music room in 1965, and it's the best look at these curtains. 5 or so years ago, Graceland switched out the usual golden curtains for these older gray ones. Of course, I don't know if they're the same exact ones, but they appear to be identical. From what I can tell, the whole time Graceland has been open to the public, the music room was shrouded in these golden yellow curtains. These hung in here in the late 60s until the house got a red makeover in 1974. Here is a personal photo shared by Nancy Rooks in her book Inside Graceland. In her book, it's not very clear, but I was able to find this one in an auction listing. It's Nancy herself with Grandma Minnie May in the music room around the late 60s or early 70s. Nancy and Minnie May were actually very close. See those golden curtains? What's interesting about this picture is what's written on the back. Nancy wrote, "Nancy and Elvis's grandmother in the room where his funeral was held." Down the hall, we get a look into what used to be Gladys and Vernon's bedroom. We are able to peek into the closet via the mirror and see Gladys's actual dresses hanging in there. But let's take a look at a dress that hung in there after hers. That bedroom belonged to Minnie May between 1968 and her passing in 1980. Here is a dress of Minnie May's that came up for auction by the estate of Nancy Rooks. In Nancy's book, she writes, quote, "We discussed Dodger's love of clothes. She once said she thought she had a dress to match each color of the rainbow. I told her my favorite dress was the pretty pink one with the white lace on the front. After she died, Aunt Delta remembered how much I loved it and gave it to me to remember her mother by. I still have it today," end quote. I came across the auction listing and thought it was interesting and had it saved to discuss in a future Secret Graceland. Then when I was doing the research for my Aunt Delta video, I came across this passage in her book and remembered that pink dress. I love when that happens. A couple other interesting tidbits about this space. Grandma Minnie May originally lived upstairs in Lisa Marie's bedroom. When Elvis and Priscilla were expecting Lisa, Grandma was moved downstairs into Gladys and Vernon's old bedroom, and that upstairs bedroom was made into a nursery. There are some cute photos of this downstairs bedroom, like this one of them sitting on the edge of the bed with the headboard, nightstand, and lamp in the background. Same bed and headboard, just reupholstered red, same furniture and lamp. I don't know who that guy on the left is. Does anyone recognize him? Here's a really cute picture of 𝐓𝐢𝐻 on her great-grandma's bed. It looks like she's unraveled something. 𝐵𝐼𝐻 had a yellow comforter, but that same bed and headboard, the nightstand, and take a look at that lamp. It has a seashell design on the base and a gold lampshade. A modern view shows it's the same lamps, but now there's totally different lampshades. These look retro, but I guess they're not original to the lamps. Because they do look old, I tried to find them in any other photos, but no luck. Here's 𝐵𝐼𝐻, Lisa Marie, and Aunt Delta in the late 70s or even 1980 when Dodger passed away. In the background, on the light switch dimmer, she hung a wooden plaque with praying hands of Jesus. I was curious about it and typed hanging wooden praying hands and was surprised to find it right away. It's actually a popular sculpture by Albrecht Dürer from the 1960s. Here's a similar one. Let's take a look at the corner of the house that I think a lot of people might be curious about. I know I am. Here is the hallway that runs between the kitchen and the jungle room. There are a couple steps up to the kitchen door. There is stone and an exterior door because where we're standing used to be outside. This door is always locked, but you can see the kitchen through the glass. Here's my photo of that view. In the back is a modern fridge, and there's some cabinets back there, but it's always dark. Notice the window. So what's back there and how far does it go? I don't know what's inside this old pantry, but let's find out what it looks like. Here's the layout. The kitchen is in the middle, the jungle room is at the top, the pantry is at the bottom, and notice it's just a small room, and there's not much to it beyond that corner that we can't see. There's its window at the very bottom. In the last video, we went over the layout of Aunt Delta's bedroom, which is on the left. Her bathroom has a window that lines up with the pantry window. In front of the house, the white part of the building that's always covered with bushes has two windows, Aunt Delta's bathroom on the left and that pantry window on the right. I hope that helped if you were curious like me. Lastly, let's head down to the basement and the TCB den. As we stand at the ropes to look out at the room, we can see part of Elvis's music collection set out on the cabinet on the left side. I'm sure they switch up the records every now and then, but I feel like I always remember seeing this one in front. It's Mario Lanza's I'll Walk with God. Here's a closer look at that record. This video is my 38th full-length Secret Graceland. Want to catch up on past videos filled with fun facts about our favorite house? It's easily accessible by an entire playlist right on my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.